can stop asking now. If you ask again, like, fine, but like, you can find this, I promise.
Hey guys, we're Carly Cosgrove, and today we're going to be answering some frequently asked questions.
I'm from Westchester, Pennsylvania, but right now I'm living in University City.
I'm from Delco, and I currently live in South Philly.
I'm from Glenside. I also live in South Philly with Helen.
Well, I used to run a venue in Westchester called Fens, R.I.P. I booked Ty and Helen's respective bands, and I loved how they played. You know, in early 2018, I was kind of in like a weird phone tag with them, asking like start jamming a little bit. We did, and then from like August or so, we started to really get into it at like a regular pace. After that, the rest is history. We played our first show in November of 2018, and yeah, from there, it was set.
Yeah, Lucas just randomly messaged me, and I had only really known him as like that dude who played in that one band that we kind of like run in similar circles, and he was like, do you want to like jam at my house sometime? And I was like, sure. And he was like, there's gonna be some dude Tyler there, and I was like, all right, like I guess this guy Tyler's gonna be there too. I don't really know him. I hope this isn't really fucking awkward.
Yeah, when we first met, we literally like had no idea who each other were. I knew Lucas a little bit, but when I got there, I saw Helen there. I was like, who the fuck is this? Like,
so. The name came from just a random conversation we were having at a band practice when we were like still very much in our early stages, and I had like recently like came across a thread online about like how Dan Schneider is like this horrible person, and I was like, guys, did you know this? Because like, you know, all of those shows were such a huge part of our childhood, and we were like, wow, that really sucks. Miranda Cosgrove is still really cool, like, she's like doing like really cool stuff still.
Like cursing.
Right, she says fuck now. Good job to her.
let's go.
Yes, we just got in a conversation about like Nickelodeon and stuff, and then later we were talking about needing a band name, and I was like, what if we should do something like Nickelodeon themed, since we kind of had this like connection over loving Miranda Cosgrove. And from there we tossed around a few ideas, and then Carly Cosgrove came up.
Alright, so all the song names are actually references to the shows iCarly or Drake and Josh. And something interesting we really like doing is we like finding a title that not only works with it being a reference, but also has something to do with like the songs. Or it's just based on how we feel the song. So for example, a song like Really Big Shrimp, we named it that because the song's meaning is about being afraid to take the next step, and trusting a label and manager, and in the show, Drake was about to get signed, and Josh got distracted with a shrimp ring to take a really bad deal. So it was a really fitting title for us.
And then there's songs like Buttersock that the lyrical content does not have anything to do with the sock of butter that Sam from iCarly used to swing at people. But it's just a hard-hitting song, so they're like, this fits the vibes. But all of them do have a connection. You can kind of do a little research on that.
If we run out of references, I don't want to take her to a show. I think we should just stop.
We just break up.
Or we like really reach for it and just do like random quotes from the show. Like
they'll just get more obscure.
Yeah. To the point where they're not even like unique anymore. It's just like, what do you mean?
I think that there's enough content to last us a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Okay, I think, what is it, like Bigfoot, Truth or Real? I really want that at some point.
Even just Truth or Real by itself is great.
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely like lyrical content that could tie into that kind of like, that vibe.
If we ever have a song about being like a doppelganger, we gotta call it Stephen Yakitori or Jefferson Steelflex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hammer Fan.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Fan of hammers.
Yeah, that's good.
It's pretty democratic. We write music together. If one of us will bring in an idea, a chord progression or a riff, and we'll kind of build from there. But a lot of times like we'll more or less get Roman Emperor of like, yeah, we like this, or no, we don't like this. It kind of depends on what the vibes are, and we always approach it with like needing rationale. Like we'll like play through ideas, we'll try everything. We don't want to scrap any like scrap anything unless we have to, and we always kind of provide rationale for like why this should be here.
For me specifically, we never really like sit down and just bang out a song all at once. When I write drums, like the song has to kind of live in my head a little bit. So we'll maybe get like a skeleton or just like a riff going. I'll take that home and really like sit on it, and then I'll be able to come back with stuff. That's generally how we do it. So.
Working with Joe Reinhardt at Headroom definitely like enhanced our writing process. Like we went in there and thought we had a pretty like finalized product, but he definitely made us think further about how our parts interact with each other. And I feel like a lot of people do like to get a little insight on like what it was like recording with him. Like he made me think a lot about how like my parts work with the drum parts versus like the guitar parts, and like kind of doing more of like my own thing, like leaving more space for guitar, stuff like that. We do really take our time and make sure like every choice we're making is the right choice and like what's best for the songs. Like we do a lot of like trial and error.
I have a pretty substantial jazz background that I pull from a lot. I try to like dissect and analyze the way melody and harmony work. But as far as writing riffs goes and as far as writing parts goes, my biggest influence for guitar and to an extent lyrics is probably this band Weatherbox from San Diego, California. But like they write like cheeky lyrics and like these really like fun riffs, like where it's existentialist in a way that feels very personal and very confessional.
I think a lot of my influence comes from funk, because that's what I played the most when I was first learning how to play bass. And then I took a lot from like pop punk, that's what I listened to the most, but more so like I just tried to make my parts more interesting and just like following the guitar part, because then I get really bored while playing. And just kind of like thinking like how I can fill more space, make things a little bit more like interesting, exciting, interactive with my parts, especially since we only do have like one guitar.
For me, I think for my drumming, I pull a lot from a lot of like the emo stuff I listened to in high school. Bands like Snowing, Algernon, Grown Ups, Dikembe. That's where I, fell in love with a lot of like rock drummers, and I think I pull from that quite a bit.
I use 3 tunings. I'm gonna try to be a little more enthusiastic about this. I get this question all the time on like Instagram AMAs.
So now you can stop asking.
So yeah, you can stop asking now. If you ask again, like fine, but like you can find this, I promise.
If you ask again, Lucas is gonna fuck you up.
I use standard, I use EAC-GCE, and I use D-A-D-F-sharp-A-E. That's like a D-add-9 chord. And I use the D-add-9 chord to kind of play songs in D or A, so like the entire back half of See You in Chemistry, from Rue the Day to See You in Chemistry is in that. So is 10 Foot Money, Freddie Benson. Everything in EAC-GCE is all in the key of C. I started playing in that tuning because I heard Never Meant for the first time, and I tried to, I just like guesstimated what I thought the tuning was. And then from there, I wrote the riff to Truther when I was like in high school. So I kind of picked 3 and rolled with it, but any song in C. So Truther, Buttersock, Sit and Bounce, Munck, Really Big Shrimp, not my job. And then everything else is in standard.
That is a frequently asked question.
Yeah. So that.
Do we want to reveal?
Yeah, that's Michael. We also have some friends that you might see at a live show. My friends Sidra, Anna Marie, Melissa. They're usually around taking videos and photos of us on stage.
Could we do like a Who is Santodonia as like an FAQ, because I feel like they're so tied to our shit. I want to do a Who is Santodonia.
Oh fuck. Hello!
Hi.
Hello, I am Santo. I'm a videographer and content creator, and I work with Carly Cosgrove, and they love me so much. And I basically make Carly Cosgrove look beautiful. So that's my.
And we do.
Yeah, you do look beautiful.
This has been Frequently Asked Questions with us, Carly Cosgrove.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
No, this is great.
Okay.
That was actually perfect. I think you did it way better than it was going to be.